Good afternoon. It's December the 21st, which means it is winter solstice. Shortest day of the year, first day of winter. You can see it's 4:15 and that's where the sun is. So I'm really doing a sunset walk here almost, although I'm only walking for about probably half an hour or so. But I haven't walked all week. There were good reasons for that. We had a huge ice storm, freezing rain, on one day. Was that Wednesday it started or Thursday? And then we had a blizzard after that. So it's been very slippery and not conducive to walking. Nevertheless, I got my new winter boots that are supposed to have better grip, and they even have a little, what you call them, spikes, I guess, that come down from the heel to help. So I thought I would take a shot today and celebrate the winter solstice. And I'm not walking downtown. I'm actually walking to the creek. So still keeping a close watch on the sidewalks, which certainly still have ice on them. Good boots or no good boots. I would not try this at all with my runners that I was wearing before. Discovered they had no grip whatsoever. So it's Christmas week, which is exciting. I would point out that if you go to my YouTube channel, where you are right now, if you're watching this, you will find some Christmas music and other things like that in the music and theater section here on the website, on the YouTube channel. You can hear me sing You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, and Oh Holy Night, and a couple other things are in there that are Christmas related. If you look up Wascana Voices, you can watch our concert, which was 2 weeks ago, which is very, not entirely, but largely Christmassy. And if you look up First Baptist Church, you can find their Christmas concert, which I also helped out with and sang in. It was very Christmassy because, of course, Baptist Church. Already eating too much. Another good reason to come out and walk today. We went for brunch at Sky Bistro, which is at the Science Center where I used to work. They have wonderful brunches, and that's where we went today. Unfortunately, somebody we were hoping to join us got sick, and it was just the three of us. But still, it's a very nice brunch. As you can see, we have no worries about a white Christmas. We almost never do. It's been semi-white some years, if you get a thaw just before Christmas, but or if we're not getting much snow. But this is definitely more on the normal Christmas weather for us. It's currently it was minus 14 last time I checked. It may have dropped another degree or two with the sun getting lower and lower. So a fairly brisk walk, but not... That's minus 14 Celsius, not Fahrenheit. Minus 14 Fahrenheit would be a very, very brisk walk, and I would be dressed more warmly than I am with my heavier gloves and stuff. But for this one, I'm just in my usual parka and toque and gloves. Now you see, wearing these boots with the spike on it, I don't want to walk on the cleared sidewalk, which is kind of weird, but they're only on the heel on these. These are called Next Grip. If you're looking for good winter boots, so far, I highly recommend them. They were designed and are built in Quebec, so they're designed for Canadian winters. Good wishes for 2026 for you too, and a Merry Christmas. Almost. Yeah, my ankle is still not 100%, but I keep using it. It gets better. That was I did not plan for event of 2025, of course, was the broken ankle. So Did a few things publishing-wise this week. The audiobooks of my young adult fantasy series, Shards of Excalibur, which are set, or start anyway, right here in Regina. Portions of it are set in Regina. Wascana Lake plays a major role, which of course is just down the creek from where I am right now. Or just up the creek, actually. Over there. Anyway, the audiobook came out a few years ago and they were exclusive to Audible. And now they're out in, again. And I'm working on getting them downloadable directly from the Shadow Paw Press website. So if you like audiobooks, they're very well done. Even if you don't like audiobooks, they're very well done. See, it's turning into a sunset walk for sure here. Interesting trailer. Across the frozen creek. I don't see anybody on the creek, but I think it's probably safe enough to walk on this time of the year. It's been freezing for a long time now. I think what I will do is go across the bridge, walk along the creek on that side, but only as far as Elphinstone. I'm not doing the full creek walk, which would be more like an hour, and take me all the way over to Pasqua Street. I need to do lots of walking because I can tell, even doing this now, that I'm not back where I should be on the way my ankle and feet feel. So the more walking I do, the more I'll strengthen that back up again. This is kind of my first real test of these boots, and so far I'm pleased with them. One of the nice things about them is they have a zipper down the side, so you can tie them up and then leave them tied and just unzip them and slip them on and off. Although I'm feeling like maybe I should snug up the laces a bit next time. I like the crunch that you make when you're walking this time of year. Also, I have the new iPhone 17 here, better battery, well, I don't know if it's better than the last one, but it's new at least. So hopefully the cold doesn't kill battery. On the old one, 2 years in, it was getting so, like when I went on a Halloween, it wasn't even that cold, and it still died on me in no time. So I'm hopeful that doesn't happen on this walk. Haven't been across the bridge in quite a while. Last time I walked across the bridge, I'm sure it was summer, and then I broke my ankle and there were no more walking. So looking one way along the creek to the east. Ooh, this is all slippery. New boots or no new boots. And looking along the creek to the west, I think the sun is very close to being down the other side of those houses. I didn't check to see what the official time of sunset is. This looks quite slick here too. So let's see what our boots make of this. They're saying, you probably shouldn't walk on this. That's what they're saying. That's awful. Yeah. Probably the sun's down over there. Couldn't bother to move over. Guy literally walked into me. Oh well, he's on camera, so. Oh, yeah, we're all doing this, staying off of the walkway, which looks like pure ice. It's only slightly better over here. Oh, this is awful. I'm already regretting coming this way. Oh yes, over there is the toboggan hill. See those kids just coming up to the top of it there. I'll stick to the snow here and avoid the sidewalk. I guess the sun might still be up over there. Waterfall Park. No waterfalling going on. This is better, this part of the path, I think, because it has more snow and, well, the ice is underneath the snow, but it's packed down. So it doesn't feel too bad along here. Crunch, 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 crunch. Yeah, it looks icy again up here. So I will avoid the actual path again, I think. Go with the snow over here. Yes, the path is very much not inviting. The ice on it. Well, I do know, I don't think I'm going to walk along here again for a while. Let's look at that. Over here, it's not slippery, but the snow is deep enough that it's much harder walking too. So this is Not the pleasant stroll I was hoping for. And even here, it's quite icy. Do a little more give. I wonder if the other side is actually better. Cautiously cross the ice and see what this side is like. Crunchy. This is not what I had in mind on this walk. I think the other side was better. Yeah, we had the car in the body shop because of a scrape on one side. They'd finished it the day before the ice storm, and then they, of course, had it parked outside when the storm was happening. When I went to pick it up, it had to move it inside. It was like a block of ice. Oh, looked like it was about at least a quarter of an inch thick. Couldn't open the door. I don't know how he got in. I guess he managed to get the passenger door open. And then this looks a little better now, maybe. And then clambered in that way. I was able to drive it inside. But it had been sitting for 20 minutes when I went down to look at it, and he still couldn't open the driver door. So much ice coating it. I wouldn't do that. It's an accident waiting to happen. You can see the snowdrift here from the storm. All along this line of bushes. We're almost to Elphinstone, which is kind of my turnaround point. I'm sure the sun must be down by now. Now the question is the sidewalk here cleared? Yes. And also icy. Okay, well, what this tells me is, for the foreseeable future, my walks are going to be on the main sidewalks that have been better cleared. So that probably means a lot more walks downtown. And there's no thaws to make anything much better, so. I suspect it's icy over there too, so I'm actually going to go on up to college and try along the road, I think. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Have a look back into the park there with the sun. I guess it might not be down. There's a band of cloud there. It might still be above the horizon, but it's effectively down. I think it's probably, sunset is probably still closer to 5. Anybody watching wants to see what time sunset is in Regina today, let me know. Okay, now we're on college. Let's see what these sidewalks are like. Oh, not as bad as you'd think. Hopefully that spike in my heel is helping here. I think it is. I've only kind of slipped a little bit once, and that was more tripping over a month than... Of course, it was tripping over a month that sent me crashing to the ground last winter, bruising my ribs. Didn't break anything, but no, I did that later in the year. In the summer, so it wasn't the winter that did me in. It was singing in a choir. Dangerous pastime, apparently. Little pink houses for you and me. That's what I always think of when I walk past this house. I thought he was planning to turn here, but I guess he was worried about that bus. Hello, Bailey. Doing all right? Sunset today is 4:57, so we're actually still... I'll be home before it actually sets, but it feels like it's set because it's behind the buildings and the clouds over there. Yes, I regret having decided to do this along this path. And it's not so much the bad ankle, although it's, I can feel it. It's the superiness. As I was saying to somebody, I'm fallophobic right now, having fallen in a very unusual way. In a very unusual way, I fell off a choir riser. It's like I've suddenly got this heightened sense of the dangers of gravity. Gravity is not your friend, our friend. I mean, sure, it keeps the atmosphere on us and keeps us from floating off into space, and a few minor details like that, but trying to crush us or drag us down all the time has its downsides too. The creek is that way. I was thinking I'd walk down there, but because of the slipperiness, I decided maybe the sidewalk would be better, but I'm not convinced it is. This is actually a new house, newish, but they did a really nice job of making it look like an older one. I'm sure they actually do have indoor plumbing. I've been doing some more construction work to have that sitting there. And I made it look like, did such a great job of making it look like an old house. It even has an outhouse. It's minus 14. Well, probably more than that now. It was minus 14 when I checked before I started out. Minus 14 Celsius. So not bad. What is that Fahrenheit? Roughly +8, plus somewhere in there. Fahrenheit. Minus 20 Celsius is minus 4. Minus 18 is roughly minus 20, so 4 degrees above that, but 4 degrees is actually 7 degrees. Yeah, it's about 7 degrees, so yeah, it's about +6 Fahrenheit, I guess. Or colder because, again, it's getting, as the sun goes down, the temperature drops. I certainly have a white Christmas. Yeah, it's interesting. I saw that apparently there's really warm in the western U.S., so the ski resorts in the mountains there are suffering, but really cold in the east, so the eastern ski resorts are the ones with all the great snow. Certainly here, it's just been kind of normal. Average, no such thing as normal, but, about what you'd expect for this time of year. I mean, go back far enough, and normal was buried under a kilometer of ice right here. Go back further, and normal was steaming jungles and no ice on the planet at all. So, but what we consider normal in the limited human lifespan, we're somewhere around there right now. Here. Well, the two scales come together at minus 40, of course, which we will probably come close to sometime this winter. We don't always hit it, but we're often minus 38 or something. And sometimes, the coldest I can remember was in the 80s. And I believe it was minus 47. And I don't know if that was Fahrenheit or Celsius. If it was Celsius, it was actually past minus 50 Fahrenheit. My boss at the Weyburn Review at the time, his car wouldn't start. So mine did. So I went to boosting. And it was so cold that when I tried to bend my booster cables, the insulation cracked and fell off. And I rendered them useless at that point. So I don't remember what I did to get him started. Maybe I just gave him a ride. I have walked around the lake when it's below minus 30. But I only did it once, I think, because there was nobody around, of course. I was halfway around the lake, walking, on this kind of terrain. It occurred to me that if I fell and couldn't get up again, it could be hours before anybody found me, and I would freeze to death. So, of course, I would have had a phone and called for help. Maybe, except the cold killed the battery. So, I'm a little more risk averse now than I was when I did that. It wasn't that long ago, of course. I've only been doing this for 5 years, maybe. And it wasn't like I was a young guy. I was already in my 60s. But after thinking that over, I decided the next time it was that cold, I wouldn't do it, especially in the dark, which is what that was, because it was first thing in the morning. Almost home, which is good. About a half hour. Besides, I think in celebration of the season, I think we're going to have martinis that I have to make when I get in, so it's not exactly a way to warm up since they're ice cold, but still looking forward to it. I will stop when I get to the intersection up here. Oh, I know, I have a plate and about 4 screws, maybe 5. Gin martinis, of course. Vodka martinis. What's the point of vodka? Vodka has no flavor. Gin is infinitely variable. Yeah, no, I have the whole shebang: plate, screws. My left ankle is thicker than my right because of the metal plate. It's also been thicker for a while because of the swelling, but I don't think that's 100% gone in my foot, but it's mostly gone. No, I haven't noticed any effect from the cold. I mean, it's warmed up by your body, and it's not too far under the skin muscle there, but it is inside, not on the outside. I wondered about that too, but I haven't noticed anything. Also, these new boots are good to minus 45, so that might help. But even when I was walking in my runners on fairly cold days, I didn't notice anything. Whew. Well, it was actually not that bad. It was the thin bone, the fibula, not the main leg bone, the tibia, which is also down there. But it was longitudinal, like it was a big angle. So they had to put in quite a big plate in order to pin it in all along the break. But after 6 weeks, it was fully healed, and I was told no restrictions, which surprised me. So I healed well. And I'm getting better all the time. Look, I just did that. Okay, thanks for walking with me. And if I don't walk again beforehand, have a very, very Merry Christmas. I might still do, well, I will be doing a walk on Christmas lights around here before Christmas. So I guess that'll be the next time I'm on. And then I'll really wish everybody a Merry Christmas.